Chuck Lorre's The Big Bang Theory spinoff will feature the original Sheldon and Leonard. The Big Bang Theory, the iconic sitcom that made us all fall in love with geek culture, physics, and quirky personalities, left a legacy that's hard to top. With its mix of intellectual humor, heartfelt moments, and lovable but flawed characters, it quickly became a staple in pop culture. While the show ended its 12-season run in 2019, the universe it created has continued to thrive through its spin-off, Young Sheldon, and rumors of potential future projects. Recently, Chuck Lorre, the mastermind behind The Big Bang Theory, has teased the possibility of a spin-off that could reignite the flames of nostalgia and deliver something fans have long hoped for: the return of the original Sheldon Cooper Jim Parsons and Leonard Hofstadter Johnny Galecki. But what does this spin-off really entail, and how could it manage to capture the magic of the original show while introducing something fresh? Let's break it down. The nostalgia factor: fans yearning for the return of Sheldon and Leonard. When The Big Bang Theory wrapped up in 2019, it was an emotional send-off for many fans. After more than a decade of following Sheldon's eccentricities, Leonard's patience, and the lives of their friends, it was difficult to imagine that the story was really over. Yet, despite its finale offering closure for its characters, there was always a lingering question: what happens next? For many fans, Sheldon and Leonard were the heart of The Big Bang Theory. Their bromance, nerdy banter, and the ups and downs of their friendship were a major driving force behind the show's success. Their dynamic was foundational not just in the context of the sitcom's comedic narrative, but also in its emotional depth. So, it's no surprise that the idea of seeing them together again, even if just for a few episodes or a dedicated spin-off, is enough to send waves of excitement through the fanbase. While Young Sheldon has given us a glimpse into Sheldon's younger years, it's important to recognize that the new spin-off could return us to the original timeline. In a world where nostalgia reigns supreme, a show that brings the original Sheldon and Leonard back into the spotlight could tap into both fan loyalty and the natural desire for continuity in the Big Bang universe. The concept: a new era for Sheldon and Leonard. This spin-off would pick up sometime after the events of The Big Bang Theory, which ended with Sheldon and Amy winning the Nobel Prize in Physics, and Leonard and Penny starting a family. What would the next chapter look like for these beloved characters? The premise could explore the next logical phase in their lives, navigating their careers, family life, and of course, the continued evolution of their friendship. For Sheldon, the world-changing accomplishment of the Nobel Prize marked the pinnacle of his scientific career. But with his need for constant validation and his difficulty in adapting to change, there are a lot of unexplored possibilities in how he adjusts to his new life post-Nobel. Sheldon's transition from academic excellence to an even higher platform could spark internal struggles, especially as he contemplates the meaning of success, fulfillment, and what legacy he wants to leave behind. It could also deepen the relationship with his wife, Amy, as they try to balance family with their growing careers. Meanwhile, Leonard's journey could explore his newfound sense of stability with Penny. Their marriage and the possibility of children offer an entirely different set of challenges compared to Sheldon and Amy's more academic-focused lives. Leonard's gentle nature could make him the perfect foil to Sheldon's blunt, socially awkward brilliance. A storyline that focuses on Leonard stepping into a more prominent role in academia or facing his own professional hurdles could lead to great character growth. Leonard's often underappreciated genius would be a fantastic dynamic to revisit, particularly in comparison to Sheldon's overshadowing success. But it's not just about Sheldon and Leonard. The Big Bang Theory spin-off could explore how their relationships with their friends have developed. Raj and Howard have their own arcs to explore, from fatherhood to career growth, and the spin-off could weave them in as secondary characters, creating a blend of nostalgic and fresh content. Incorporating the Big Bang universe, new characters, new dynamics. A spin-off that only focuses on Sheldon and Leonard would risk feeling like an extension of the original show, and it could lead to limited storytelling opportunities. One of the smartest ways to make this spin-off work is to introduce new characters, giving the show a fresh energy while still staying true to what made The Big Bang Theory great. Imagine a setting where Sheldon and Leonard are now teaching at a prestigious university or even running their own research institute. They might encounter a group of highly intelligent, but socially awkward students or young colleagues who challenge their perceptions. These new characters could be reminiscent of the original cast members, creating a sense of continuity while bringing new dynamics to the table. The juxtaposition of Sheldon's old-school, rigid thinking against these new, more fluid intellectual minds could create both comedic and dramatic tension. On the other hand, young Sheldon has done an excellent job of portraying the titular character's rise from precocious child to a young adult discovering himself and his place in the scientific world. There's always the possibility that the Big Bang Theory spin-off could incorporate elements of Sheldon's younger self, especially in scenes involving flashbacks or references to pivotal moments in Sheldon's early life. This would allow the new spin-off to tap into young Sheldon's success and fan base, offering a bridge between the two shows and allowing the characters to reflect on their pasts. The chemistry, what's different now? It's impossible to imagine the show without the perfect chemistry between Sheldon and Leonard. Their partnership went beyond the typical buddy comedy. It was about friendship, compromise, and supporting each other despite their differences. The spin-off could explore how their bond has evolved, particularly as they grow older. There's also the potential for a more serious, grounded tone. The humor of The Big Bang Theory was always a blend of sharp wit and emotional undercurrents, especially when it came to Sheldon and Leonard's friendship. In a spin-off, their interactions could become more nuanced, showing how their different life choices have shaped who they are today. It could also offer a closer look at the challenges of sustaining a lifelong friendship amidst the pressures of career, marriage, and parenthood. But the heart of the spin-off would still revolve around the lovable eccentricities of Sheldon and Leonard. Sheldon's neurotic tendencies, social obliviousness, and obsession with order would clash hilariously with Leonard's more empathetic and socially aware personality. Whether it's Sheldon attempting to teach a new class or Leonard trying to navigate family life with Penny, the familiar dynamic would provide fans with the comfort and humor they loved. The heart of the show, emotional growth. Perhaps the most exciting prospect of a Sheldon and Leonard-centric spin-off is the opportunity to explore the emotional growth that both characters underwent during the original series. Sheldon's arc, from an unyielding, selfish genius to a more empathetic and understanding husband and father, was one of the show's greatest triumphs. Leonard, too, grew significantly, from a socially awkward physicist to a man who learned to navigate complex relationships and raise a family. The spin-off could offer an extension of that journey. For Sheldon, how does he deal with the responsibilities of being a husband and a father in the aftermath of his scientific fame? Does he find new ways to relate to others, particularly his wife and child? Leonard, on the other hand, could be learning to assert himself in his marriage and career while becoming a more active participant in the world around him. Are willing to take risks and explore the complexities of their characters' lives. This spin-off could be the perfect way to reignite the spark of this cultural phenomenon. With the right mix of nostalgia, fresh dynamics, and emotional growth, it could deliver a show that appeals both to longtime fans and a new generation of same impact as The Big Bang Theory? Perhaps not. But with the right balance of humor, heart, and innovation, it could be the next great chapter in the world